What's going on, guys? It's your boy NTG back at again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over money management. All right. So if you're a trader and you're still blowing your account constantly, then you definitely need to watch this whole video. Okay. Because it's a lot of times that traders do not know how to properly risk their account, right? They don't know where to set stops. They don't know how to use the proper lot sizes on their account. They're thinking they're risking 10%, but they're actually risking 50%. They say they want to risk 2%, but it ends up being 20%, just because they're not familiar with the numbers, the lot sizes, the difference between the points and the pips, all that good stuff that they do not know. And so this leads to them either destroying more than half their account or their whole account. All right, guys. So we're going to be going over pretty simple. It's not going to be a long video. I'm just going to be going over proper lot sizes, how to get the proper lot sizes, and different ways you can set stop loss. All right, guys. So make sure you guys hit up that like button for your boy NTG. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and have post notification on. You guys can follow me on my Instagram and on my Twitch, and you can also follow me on my Patreon. All the links are in the description below, so make sure you guys go ahead and click those links for your boy NTG. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and roll the intro and get straight into the video. Let's get it. All right, guys. So let's talk about risk, right? This is not going to take long at all. I'm going to give you guys some simple formulas, and then we're going to go over to the markets, and I'm going to be showing you guys different ways you can set stop loss. So let's talk about risking, right? How to actually risk your account, right? Because there's many times where I've talked to numerous traders. I mean, more than 80% of traders that do not know how to properly risk their account. They've taken other courses and traders that tell them like risk this for 10%. It's not 10% at all. So very, 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 very important that you guys watch this video. Okay. So how can we properly risk our account, right? Because what traders have been learning, right, is if you have $1,000 and you want to risk 10% or 2% or 1%, right? Use, like, let's say you want to risk 10%. They will tell you to use a mini lot, right? Which is a 0.1. Well, a 0.1 is not really 10%, right? The lot size, right? $100 is 10% of your account, but not the lot size, because depending on your stop loss, that can be $200, that can be $400, that can be your whole account, depending on lot size, right? So it's not really technically 10%, right? $100 is, but not the lot size. So how can we get the proper lot size of $1,000, right? And you can use this, you can plug this in with whatever account balance that you have, okay? So we know, let's do it with the proper risk, which I tell you guys to do is 2%, right? So let's say we want 2% of $1,000, which would be $20, okay? So we have $20 that we want to risk, you know, every time we place a trade. And of course that changes depending on, you know, if you make profit or if you lose $20, the risk will change accordingly, right? So let's say we wanted to risk $20, okay? In order for us to calculate our risk properly, we need to understand the difference between points and pips, right? So let's go ahead and break that down real quick, okay? So for every 10 points, right, this is going to equal 1 pip, okay? So for every 10 points, this is going to equal a pip, okay? And how you want to calculate this is you want to get your pips, and you're actually going to use the points in your calculator to calculate the proper risk, right? So let's just say we had a stop loss of 50 pips, okay? And knowing that every 100 points equals 1 pip, so 50 pips would equal 500 points. So for every 50 pips, right, 50 pips will equal 500 points. Okay, So now how can we use this to get the proper lot size, right? So we have $20, which is our risk of 2%, and we have our stop loss of 50 pips. So all you have to do simply is do your $20. So you'll do 20 divided by 500, right? And this will equal 0.04. That is the lot size you want to use for a 50 pip stop loss, a 0.04. Because if this trade goes against you with the 0.04, your loss will be $20. Okay. And you can simply look at the formula like this, right? So risk, which is whatever percentage of the account, divided by points, equals your lot size. Just simple as that. Simple as that. Your risk divided by your points equals the lot size. Okay, so this is very simple, very explanatory here. We can use one more example so you guys can kind of get the concept. So let's say this is not recommended, but let's just say, you know, you're a trader, you're confident. I want to risk 10% in my account, right? I want to risk 10%. All right. So 10% of $1,000 is $100, right? So we need to get the same. Let's use the same stop loss of 50 pips. So 50 pips equals 500 points. So all we need to do is do 100 divided by 500, and this will give us a 0.2, right? 0.2, and that will give us our lot size here. So if this goes against us with a 0.2 of 50 pips, our loss will be $100. All right, guys. So you guys kind of get that idea of how to actually properly risk your account. And once you get your lot size, you can also break it down, right? You can do 4 0.01s, which is a micro lot. As you're in drawdown, right? You can add a 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, and 0.01, and totaling a 0.04. And you will still have the same risk, probably be a lot less depending on, you know, if your entries, if you're entering in drawdown. And same here. You can either split it in half, right? 0.02, 0.02, or you can do a 0.10 and another 0.10, which will give you a 0.20. So you can kind of split it, but your max, the max you can use will be whatever you calculate here. Okay. You do not want to go over 0.04, because once you start going over it, then you start risking more than 2% or whatever percent you want to risk in your account. Okay, guys. So for us, before we, hit the charts, I just wanted to make sure that you guys are calculating your lot sizes and everything correctly. Okay. Because a lot of traders, especially new traders, they do not know how to calculate their risk properly. All right. So let's go ahead and go down to the charts. I'm going to show you guys real quick different ways you can set stop losses and everything like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull up. Okay. I'm just going to start drawing zones, right? Just going to start drawing zones, and let's go ahead and draw out the trend line here. All right. So there's two ways that I like to use. Well, three ways that I like to use the set stops. You can choose whatever one you want. So the first one is breakout trading, right? And you guys are very familiar with breakout trading, right? You will use the fib extension, right, from the previous high or low to the break candle, and you will drag it all the way back up. And where I like to set my TP, right, like our entries here, not my TP, my stop loss. My stop loss would be at the 0236, where that red line is right there. That's where I will put stops, right? And stops here is 50 pips, which is 500 points, right? And you can also see here on our long short position, this is 500 points, right? So giving us 50 pips. So if you don't know too well, you can actually look here, and this will give you your pips and your points to where you can start calculating everything, right? using the proper risk, 2%, and you can start adding positions or whatever like that once you have the proper risk. Okay. And then you can go for either a 1 to 2. You guys already know how to set TP. All right. So this is just on stop loss, right? So I like to use the fib extension to set stop loss on breakout trades. Okay. So for breakout trades, I use the fib extension to set my TP, or I will use market structure. Okay. That is the second way, right? So you can go a couple bips above previous, market structure trend line. And this works the same way with zones. All right. So you just let your trade play out beautifully, hit TP just like that, right? Another way that I like to use stop loss is ATR. And why do I like ATR so much? ATR is a great indicator that picks up the average true range of each candle, right? And I love to use these on the lower time frame. So let me just show you guys real quick. I want to wait for GU to hit back this zone right here, because if we draw out this zone of support, right? And you guys know once support is broken and it comes back to retest, we can actually get rid of that. Comes back to retest, we wait for confirmation, right? I'm pretty sure we could use the fibs here too. Yep, beautifully, perfectly with the fibs, right? So not only did we have multiple support, we broke the support, come back to test the resistance, and this is actually perfect retracement here. So this is like double confirmation for me. So I'm 100% confident in this trade right here, right? So for me, I just wait for my signal, right? Which is right here. I wait for my signal to get into the trade. I know we're in the downtrend on the lower time, on the higher time frame, so I'm confident in here. And I will hover over the candle, right? And I'll look left, right? And my ATR says 132, right? So for me, that's 13 pips, okay? Now, what I like to do is I like to times that by 2, right? So that would give me around 26 pips of a stop loss right there. And then, of course, like I said, I will use the formula that we just went over to make sure that we have the proper risk, all right? And then you can just go for 1 to 2, whatever it may be, and then just let the trade play out, giving us a nice tight stop loss of only 25 pips. Brilliant. And just wait for the market to play out. And there we go. Okay. And just like that, we can use the ATR to give us those nice tight stops. Okay. And ATR, it does work, right? I've seen ATR, when I place ATR, sometimes it gets close to like the pip and then reverses. There's plenty of times I've seen that happen a lot with ATR. I love the ATR indicator for, using the proper stop loss, all that good stuff. And ATR works across, not only the Forex pairs, but gold, index. It's a little bit tricky on the crypto market. I wouldn't recommend using it on the crypto market. I'm still trying to work a way around using ATR for crypto market, but I know it works for every other market that you may be trading. All right, guys. So same thing, you can just continue to use this method, right? We go over, the formula. This is the most important part of the video, right? Is making sure that you guys understand the formula, and however you trade, right? Whether it's breakout trading, if you're a support resistance trader, break and retest trader, you want to make sure that you're using the proper stop loss with the proper risk, okay? And you can take, my methods of, using the fib extension for stop loss, or you can use, the zones, previous zones, 10 pips above the zone, set stop loss, or you can use ATR, okay? There's multiple ways you can use stop loss, all right? Just make sure you pick one way and you stay consistent with that way of setting stops. Okay, guys, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper. Like I said before, I want to start the money management series again, relaunch that. That's been a long awaited series for me. So we're definitely going to start, diving into, more of the lot sizes, scaling in, all that good stuff. Yeah, so we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that series. Tomorrow, I'm going to match this video with a psychology video, okay, because you guys definitely need a psychology video that I will be posting tomorrow. So today's video is going to be very short, very simple, very easy. You guys can follow this formula, and if you guys follow this right to the exact point, you're going to be having the perfect lot sizes every time, okay? Just make sure you're missing 2% and you are calculating your points with your stop loss correctly. All right, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did like the video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for content like this, plus notifications. Like I said before, all the Patreon links, my Twitch and my Instagram is in the link in the description below. All right, guys, the academy is open. So all right, guys, so it was your boy NTG, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow on that psychology video, and I'm out. Peace.